Hello and welcome to Unite and Ignite, coverage of the 2010 TYPS Youth Conference. During the opening ceremony, former Senator Landon Pearson had the honor of presenting the keynote address. Here are some highlights from that speech.
Let me quote what two young people, one who was 15 and one who was 16, said a few years ago in response to the question, if a youth from another country asked you to describe the many things you were free to do in Canada, because this is what we're talking about is freedom, right? We're talking about freedom. To do in Canada, what would you say? So a young girl named Megan said, we're free, quote, we're free to express our views to a certain extent. That's pretty much all we're free to do, she said, as kids. As kids, teenagers, we don't have many freedoms. It's a stereotype that we're irresponsible, troublemaking kids. To us, we don't have a voice. And we sure as hell can't use it. It's the adult world. We usually don't have an opinion. We ever do get to use our voices, we're pretty damn lucky to have the chance. That was from Megan, who was 15 in Ontario. And at the other end of the spectrum, Medine said, I could tell them that we have a Charter of Rights. Legislation secures many things I'm free to do here in Canada. I'm free to say what I want about anything, about the government, my school, my parents, or anywhere else I am. I'm also free to do what I want and think the way I want, but I'd also tell them some of the limits, such as hate. I am free to say what I want and think the way I want as long as I do not promote hate to others or hurt others. My other limit is the law. If what I say, do, or think violates the law, I'm not allowed by the country to do so. But most of the time I won't get killed for it like some people in other countries. So all the adults who are here today have to ask themselves here tonight to what degree they contributed to the frustration felt by Megan or to the positive take on the issues that was expressed by Medine. So while all the articles that I've listed, these are all important guarantees of your civil and political rights, I'm going to go on a bit with Article 12 because I think it's most important. In this document, I've just said this general comment on Article 12 is very, very useful to those of us who understand the positive impact of participation, which is the term broadly used to encapsulate the rights that are embodied in Article 12. So a few quotations could help you understand its importance. Article 12 is a unique provision in human rights treaties. It addresses the legal and social status of children, who on the one hand lack the full autonomy of adults, but on the other are subject of rights entitled to be involved in decisions that affect them. So paragraph 1, and this is the way it reads, every child capable of forming his or her own views has the right to express those views freely in all matters affecting the child, and the views of the child being given due weight in accordance with age and maturity. And in paragraph 2, the child should be given the right to be heard in any judicial or administrative proceedings affecting the child. The right of children to be heard and taken seriously establishes the fundamental values of the Convention on the Rights of the Child. And if we really and truly implemented it, it would change political, social, and institutional structures as well as cultural practices. It would be a new social contract with children, recognizing them as the holders of rights who are entitled to be heard on issues of concern to them in every environment, from their immediate families to the international level. I've been around for a very long time. I'm going to be 80 this year, and I have been watching with some dismay that we have not advanced all that far in actually listening to what young people have to say. And that's why it's so exciting to see a group like you here in this room.